Sam, looking back at last year, when you're a player who kind of realizes, you're probably going to redshirt, what does the coaching staff do during practice meetings, things like that, to keep y'all engaged and, ready just in case?
He just really motivates the scout team, and it's such a true thing that the scout team is, a direct reflection of how good your team's going to be. Is our defensive scout D-line last year got our offensive line ready, and they keep reminding us that we got to go hard. And if we don't go hard, our offensive line doesn't get better, and that's really what they do to motivate the guys that aren't going to play this year, and it really makes the offensive line better and us better as players. I learned most of everything I knew coming into spring just from experience on scout team. I got like 1,000 reps, so that's what kept me going.
Did you still feel like you were contributing throughout the season?
It's hard at times, but the coaches do a great job of making you feel like you have a big part in the success.
What is the special vibe about night games? The atmosphere, I know there's a lot of waiting around during the day, but what's the special vibe from seeing all the fans and the fireworks and everybody's watching you?
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's just something about those lights and all the noise in the crowd. It's just it's a lot more anticipation. You got a whole day thinking about the game, build up. Everybody's juiced, ready to go. I've only played in Virginia Tech night game. Do we have another night game?
Minnesota will be at night after this one.
Yeah, but just Virginia Tech, and that was a big atmosphere, and it's just the innate lights feeling, Friday Night Lights from high school.
Sam, what do you see in Penn State's offensive line? Because they gave up 10 sacks maybe in the opener, but it seems like they've buckled down since.
Yeah, they got great players. They're a Big Ten team. They're highly recruited guys, great talent, and they got skill, they got size, and we just gotta be flying off the ball, come up, do our deal, and do what we know how to do to get around them.
Obviously, you guys are an entire team, but I know what matters to you guys is recruiting class, right? The guys you come in with, you know them really well. We know that 2013 class has done so much for this team. What's sort of, I don't know if the responsibility is the right word, but like for your class to sort of fill in behind that with guys who can contribute, with guys who can make plays, with guys who are going to develop even more down the road when those guys are gone. Mm-hmm. Where do you think like your class is in sort of filling that role so far?
I'm not really sure we think of it as like that, but we've just seen so many great players before us, like Darren Lee, just guys go through the process, and it's just if we go through the process, we know that we're going to be where we need to be to keep this tradition of winning going, and we don't really think about like as pressure. We just got to trust in the process, and Coach Meyer and Coach Mick and our coaches, best coaching staff in the country, will get us right. So that's just all we've been thinking about.
Sam, weekly update. When you wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, are you now a defensive end? Do you see a defensive end looking back at you? What do you see looking back at you?
Yeah, I definitely see myself as a defensive end.
And what does that mean? I mean, what does that mean to you when you say that?
Just some peace of mind, really. It's just peace of mind, and allows me to focus and get my mind off a lot of different things, but focus on the main thing of getting better as a defensive end.
Well, when you grew up watching football and stuff, what did that position mean to you from a definition standpoint?
It's just nothing I saw my body ever turning into, because I was always a skinny, lanky kid and never the strongest kid, and I just saw, oh my God, D linemen in high school were these huge dudes. So it's just it's just cool to think about myself as DN, because I always thought I don't want to cuss, but there's some badasses.
Do you consider yourself one now?
Yeah.
The latter part there.
Yeah. I like to think so. Hopefully other people think so.
You have to be, don't you?
You got to have that mindset. Yeah. You got to point of attack every play. You got to feel like you're badass.
The bad dude.
Yeah. What? Sorry if you've been asked this, but Hackenberg. What when you look at him on film, what jumps out at you?
Yeah, he's just an incredible player, really well-rounded. That's why they're talking about him so high in the draft. He's makes all the checks at the line of scrimmage. He sees pressure, he's going to throw the relief off of it, and he's really poised in the pocket. He sees pressure in his face. He's just he's going to stand there and sling the ball. So we got to get to him, and he's not going to flinch. So we got to do our job.
Is that amazing to think about? You're going to be going against a guy that some people are projecting maybe a high first-round draft pick. I mean, he's going to be in the league probably, barring. And you're going to be face to face with him, on Saturday.
Yeah, well, I'm around a bunch every day. So, but
that's a good answer.
Yeah, but it's just it's a real honor, and it's the highest level of competition. That's why I came to Ohio State, and that's what I want to do.
Hey Sam, now that opponents have a little bit more film on what you and Didi and Taekwon can do, are they doubling and tripling Joey Bosa less?
No, I think they're still focusing on him, because if they let him loose, it'll be a bad deal. And they're just trying to contain him, and we're going to just keep making plays while they're trying to triple him.
Have you ever made a play like he did against Penn State last year, where he just...
No, I don't think I've ever...
Even in practice?
No, nothing like that. The stakes were so high and so many eyes on him, and he made such an incredible play. I just hopefully if I get a moment like that, I'm going to make the play too.
Sam, these guys gave up 10 sacks in their opener to Temple, and they've given up 9 since then, the last 5 games and stuff. What have you seen from an improvement maybe standpoint, or where from their offensive line, or what have you seen that's different about them a little bit? They don't seem to be throwing as much as you would think.
Yeah, it's probably just a credit to the coaching. They solved some issues in that first game and got them fixed, and Penn State, great coaching staff, Big Ten team, and we just got to come ready to play and do what we do.
I know you guys have your own huge game this week.
2 more with Sam.
Are you curious at all about Michigan State?
Yeah, it's a great weekend for college football. There's a lot of ranked teams going against each other, but I'm not going to be watching them play. While Saturday I'm going to be watching film, getting my mind right for this game.
All the way up to when? Till you walk from the hotel to the senior tackle, or not senior tackle, whatever it's called.
Buckeye walk.
Yeah, Buckeye. Yeah.
Yeah, but once we get in the locker room, it's go time. It's time to get juiced up and ready to go.
But up until then, you're going to be watching video of some sort.
Yeah, we just got our tip sheets. Coaches on our ear always, giving us last minute things to think about, getting us prepared for the game. So.
Do you sense this is a special game for Coach Johnson?
He just doesn't want us to be a revenge game. He just wants us to go out and showcase we're the best unit in the country. And it's not a revenge thing. It's obviously means a lot to him, I'm sure, but he doesn't want it to be about him. He wants it to be about our unit.
Sam, how was it?
Sam,
how special?
Last question.
How special is just Penn State? Obviously, it's not Michigan, but how special is Penn State among Big Ten rivals?
Yeah, it's not the rival game, but it's pretty high up there. It's a lot of tradition. Ohio State, Penn State. These 2 schools have been going at it since before I was born. So we got to carry on the tradition and give a great fight.
For the record, when were you born?
Yeah,
95.
Fairly.
I think.
2 years after they joined the league.
At least you missed that 94 game.